All right. Court is now in session. I'm the Judge Andrew Cook. Be seated, ladies and gentlemen. All right, folks, good morning. This is our general sessions docket. August the 13th. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong day here. August the 14th. When you hear your name called, if you would please come to the podium here to take up your case. Going over with everybody their rights first, and then I'll get to Mr. Drummond. If you're here today and you've been cited into court or arrested for any charge whatsoever, you have a right to plead not guilty throughout your entire cause of action. You are presumed not guilty unless you are found guilty at trial. If you are found guilty, you have the right to appeal that case within 10 days to the circuit court. You also have a right to have an attorney be appointed to represent you and also retain counsel to represent you if you qualify. If you wish to have counsel appointed to represent you, the court is happy to ask you questions about your finances to determine whether or not you qualify. Most importantly, applies for everybody. You are protected by the Fifth Amendment from having to speak or testify about your case, so please don't tell me anything about the facts of your case, but whatever you say will be used against you by the District Attorney's Office at the later date. With that being said, those are your rights. General, are we ready on Mr. Drummond?
Yes.
Mr. Huffman, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I want to express my appreciation again to you for taking this case.
Yes.
I do appreciate that very much.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to speak with Mr. Drummond?
I have, Judge.
Okay.
We would like to waive 14-day requirement and we need to set this for further hearing.
Mr. Huffman, what I want to do, if you would have just this and just put as attorney on this form, to show that he's waiving the 14-day rule for our records. And I just believe I heard you say you requested a preliminary hearing, is that right?
Yes.
Have the parties come up with a date?
We were looking at that earlier. We're good at the court meetings.
General Goodman?
Set a date.
Well, being that this is a very unique case, I think that this may require a special setting, which goes, on a day that's not Monday or Thursday when I usually have my dockets.
Yes.
I guess my question is how much time are you going to need, and how much time are you going to need, General, before we?
Whatever it goes to be.
As I say, Judge, he understands he has to far away from he's going to be back home. I think he's going to be in. But that's a great try, I would think.
That's going to be a circuit court date on the 25th.
Yes. 27th, say.
I've got a juvenile docket that day, I'm sorry. 28th is also the standard day for a docket. And then I know on Friday of that week, I don't have anything on Friday the 29th.
We have a trial scheduled up to the 28th, and it may go into the 29th.
That's all right, I didn't suggest that.
Well, what about
Not September 4th.
that's one of my usual days. I have the general sessions docket. If everybody's okay, I can set it that afternoon.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yes, sir.
Send back to lunch.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do that then. Mr. Drummond, good morning. I am going to continue your case to September the 4th at 9 o'clock. Sir?
I was one of the infections that it was 14 days for the preliminary hearing.
Well,
Is that not?
I had discussed that with him, and I told him that we would be waiting for the 14-day rule, but not the 30-day rule.
okay. Mr. Huffman indicates he spoke with you, sir, about the 14-day rule being waived, but not the 30-day rule. So you are entitled to have a preliminary hearing now within 30 days. Your attorney is waiving your 14-day waiver, so we're going to have the preliminary hearing to give him time to prepare to represent you in that case. So your case is going to be continued to the 4th of September, and we're going to set that, how about at 1 o'clock that day, guys? Is everybody good with that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. General, is the state comfortable with that time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Judge, we're going to look at the other people were semi-related on the same day.
Is the state agreeable to setting
Yes,
all
sir,
these?
that's fine, whatever we need to do.
Or I can't do the board. I can do it after.
Well, we can do separate hearings, they can have it on the same day.
I'm fine to do that, seeing that they're charging accessory after the fact. I don't mind to do that. Court will continue the matter in Mr. Drummond's cases to Thursday, September the 4th at 1 o'clock p.m. here in this courtroom. Court will remind Mr. Drummond to keep in contact with his attorney, as well as the previous conditions that the court had entered regarding this matter.
I do have one question about that. The restraining order states in the family members of the alleged victims. His girlfriend is one of the family members, and the family has indicated that, Mr. Drummond's family has indicated that she would like to have some contact, at least telephone contact. I don't know how the court did it.
Your Honor, we're asking for a restraining order that includes her as well.
And she's already included in the briefs.
Right, and we're asking that she do.
Well, without having heard any testimony or any proof, or having heard from that family member themselves, I don't feel comfortable amending any restraining order without there being some type of proof or some type of testimony to show that I should do that. So I'm going to continue to have the restraining order remain in place, and that will include all family members until further hearings at that time.
Yes,
So
sir.
we'll continue it for that purpose then. Okay? All right, Mr. Drummond, your case is continued to September 4th, 1 o'clock this afternoon. Keep in contact with your attorney, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. This all I have to vote for, maybe excuse me.
Yes, sir, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Are you comfortable to go ahead and take up the other matters at this time? I wanted to do that since they have everybody else here. My out-of-town counsel will take care of you guys as well. I'm sorry? I know. That's what I just said. Let's just bring up either Mr. Brown or Ms. Sanders, because their attorneys are here at this time, and I believe Mr. Powell's attorney is as well. Whoever's here, that's who I want brought up. Taylor, while we're waiting to bring them up, you represent Mr. Brown, and I'm going to take up some sort of preliminary matter before we officially reset them. Do you have a date in mind that we can go ahead and start looking for? I heard you mention you want to set your case for preliminary hearing. And if that involves, Ms. Cash, if that involves your case as well, or Mr. Creasy, if it involves your line, I'm trying to go ahead and start us getting some dates in mind for that, okay?
Sure.
parties have any dates in mind in regard to a preliminary hearing?
Judge, we look at the special setting and also September 11th, 12th. We just looking at the normal days.
Well, I know that Mr. Drummond's is probably going to take a little longer, and I don't know if these are going to be sort of similar, or if it's better for us to consider a special setting. I'm fine with
We're
it.
gonna do them all on the same day, we'll probably do a special setting.
Let's do that then. Let's do a special setting. And I don't mind an afternoon docket for that day as well, if the attorneys can find a time that works.
Your Honor, I think that my matter, so co-defendant with my client, Mr. Drummond, and the criminal conspiracy case is separate apart from the facts of their case. So I really don't need to be the same thing they have. I'd have to be separate.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
I agree with that. Mr. Creasy, do you have a date in mind?
Judge, while he's looking, we were looking at the 12th.
Is that a Friday?
It
Okay. Okay. We'll do it Friday. Can the state do that day?
Yes, that's fine.
Now, on the 12th, I don't think I have anything that morning. Would morning be better, or would afternoon be better for y'all?
Either one's good.
We do 10?
Do the morning.
Fine with that. Let's do the morning. You need that. Y'all at 10 o'clock on the 12th?
No, that's fine. That's fine, we still.
Okay. Then we'll bring them over and I'll make them aware of that, but we'll tentatively schedule the 12th at 10 o'clock for Mrs. Sanders and Mr. Brown. Mr. Creasy, do you have a date?
So the dates that I have is clear. I could do the afternoon of September 2nd. I know that's a regular circuit date in our county. I could do the afternoon of September, Friday afternoon.
We are eliminating the notion of lawyers not working on Friday, it sounds like, so that's a good.
Well, my schedule's a little busy.
But, that'd be fine with the second and after.
That's a Tuesday afternoon, is that right, guys?
Yes.
Mr. Creasy, how about 1 o'clock on September the 2nd?
That'll be fine.
The camera is not on at the jail.
It's on your.
Okay, never mind. He's just not on mine, that's okay. He can see me though on the other. Mr. Powell, good morning, sir. Okay. Mr. Creasy, we have discussed a date for September the 2nd at 1 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon. Is that correct?
Powell, they're going to set your preliminary hearing for the afternoon of September the 2nd. I'll come down and see you.
Mr. Powell, what I'm going to do is today we're setting your cases for preliminary hearing. Mr. Creasy, in regards to any time limits, how does your,
I don't think the time limits apply. He's currently incarcerated out of Rockland County. He does have a bond there, so this is not the case.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure of that before we set him out. Mr. Powell, I'm going to continue your cases to September the 2nd at 1 o'clock p.m. It'll be here in this courtroom. You'll be brought over for that, sir. We will be taking you up that day and time, okay? While you are incarcerated, though, if you were to make your bond conditions will remain the same. You must keep in contact with your attorney. Mr. Creasy, you can have no contact with Austin Drummond's, and you cannot return to Northwest Correctional Facility in Tippensville, Tennessee, okay? Yes, sir.
Has my bond been lowered?
I'm sorry?
Has my bond been lowered?
No?
We'll take up that issue on September the 2nd, Mr. Powell. I'll follow the motion. The other issues, there was a restraining order on Mr. Powell that restrained him from being around certain people that he's not even accused of.
I think that was entered in order, that was entered in error by the court, I think that.
Yes, sir, it was, but we did not ask for the training.
So if there is any order that's down, I'm going to rescind that because it does not apply to cases involving alleged victims in the Drummond matter. So I will rescind that in regards to any restraining. So that case is set for preliminary hearing. I'll show this is rescinded in today's date regarding this restraining order. Mr. Creasy, we'll get him back here then, okay?
That's all I have.
Yes, sir. Mr. Powell, thank you. should have asked this before, but in the Drummond matter, is there anyone present today that I need to issue a judicial subpoena for? No. I wanted to make sure, and if it applies for any of these cases, you just let me know, and I'll be happy. Excuse me. Ms. Sanders, good morning, ma'am. Okay, Mrs. Cash is here. Good morning again. Okay, Mrs. Cash, I believe we are now going to set Ms. Sanders for preliminary hearing. Is that correct?
We are, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, is there any other announcements that need to be taken up in her matter?
Yes, Your Honor, and I don't mean to speak for the state, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that they are not pursuing the source hearing for the bond. Also, I believe we are in agreement to reduce the bond to $25,000.
That's correct. If you will do this for me.
Sure.
I appreciate you submitting a motion. It appears though it is going to be a consent order on that. If you could draft a consent order for our file to be placed, for it to be placed in her file for the record. I'm going to show that the bond in this case, based on a consent motion that appears between the state of Tennessee and the defendant, the source hearing order is rescinded and lifted. She will be able to post her bond in this matter. In addition to that, based on an agreement between the state and the defense, the bond is reduced to $25,000. And Ms. Sanders, I do want to tell you, while we are doing that, we are also going to continue your case for a preliminary hearing. And I believe we agreed on September the 12th at 10 a.m. That's going to be a Friday morning. And you'll need to be here that day with your attorney ready to go in your case. Now, I want to remind you that you do have conditions on your bond that apply to you still, ma'am. Those conditions being that you must keep in contact with your attorney. You can have no contact with Austin Drummond, nor may you have any contact with any of the family members of Adriana Williams, Matthew Wilson, Braden Williams, and Courtney Rose, or the minor child with the initials WW. These cases are continued for a preliminary hearing on the 12th of September, and her bond is going to be reduced to $25,000. Ms. Cash, if you will give me an order for consent, I'll be happy to do it. Okay?
Wonderful. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you. Mr. Taylor, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Judge.
Mr. Taylor, I believe we have discussed September the 12th for him also at 10 o'clock a.m. for preliminary hearing. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Anything else that we need to take up this morning regarding Mr. Brown other than setting his case for preliminary?
I just want to make sure Mr. Brown heard that we'll set it for a preliminary hearing on September the 12th at 10 o'clock. In addition, I did previous court counsel filed a motion to set reduced bond. I also filed a motion to reduce bond. I would like to be heard on it.
State, is it the state?
The state would need to respond to the motion, we haven't had that opportunity.
I'll be happy to address bond on that so the state can have time to respond if they wish to. We'll set the matter for preliminary hearing, and I'll take up not only the preliminary hearing, but I'll take up your motion that day as well at time, okay? Mr. Brown, your attorney has filed a motion to reduce your bond. In addition to that, he has also requested a preliminary hearing. The court is going to reset your matter to September the 12th at 10 a.m. for a preliminary hearing in this case. Additionally, the court will also take up your motion to reduce bond on that date and time. I want to remind you of what your bond conditions are. Your bond conditions are, sir, that you will have no contact with the family of Adriana Williams, Matthew Wilson, Courtney Rose, and Braden Williams, or the minor child WW. You will have no contact with Mr. Austin Drummond, and you will also keep in contact with your attorney as a condition on your bond, sir. So we'll reset your matters to the 12th at 10 a.m., and we'll get you back here then. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
As long as everybody will hear